My name is Ataru Yamamoto. I work in an office for a certain company. This is going to be a bit of a sudden beginning to the story, but one day, after I was done with my work for the day—
Oi, Yamamoto, Satomura! I actually have something to tell the two of you in private. Can you spare a bit of time after work?
Understood, sir.
Awesome. How about we talk things over while eating dinner at this restaurant down the road at 7 o'clock? I have another thing to take care of first, and I'll head over there first thing after I'm done.
Our own manager inviting us out to dinner? I wonder what's going on. He did say that he wanted to tell us something privately, but I didn't think it was that important. Mr. Yamamoto, sir! Now this is what I would call an exquisite restaurant. I couldn't stop wondering about what it was he wants to tell us. Don't tell me. You don't think that this is about getting fired, right? Oh, hell no. Then maybe I'm going to be transferred to a regional branch? Have mercy, please. I'm so vulnerable to the cold. That could very well be it for you, but I don't think that would be the case for me. Oh, come on, sir. That's not fair. I think we ought to prepare ourselves for the worst. For real, for real. Oh, I'm getting a call from our boss. Good morning, Mr. Manager. Is something the matter?
Ahoy there, Yamamoto! There seems to be some trouble down at the other thing that I'm taking care of right now. I'm sorry for this. You two start eating without me.
Understood, sir. Good luck. What was the matter with our boss? He's having some trouble with the other thing he has to take care of. He told me that we can start eating what we'd like without him. Really? Let's go! Let's order lots of good stuff tonight, Mr. Yamamoto. He is going to take care of the bill anyway, right? Oh, come on now. As an adult, you know better than to bankrupt a fellow colleague, don't you? I'm only joking, sir. No worries. I guess I'll have a beer and some fried chicken and maybe— So we also have no idea what he has to tell us. So I would suggest that we hold off on the alcohol until he arrives. Gotta be nice in return for his invitation, right? Nah, no fair. Well then, how about some non-alcoholic beer and some sashimi? Ooh, and maybe a couple of hors d'oeuvres, and we can enjoy at the room temperature, and maybe some pickled cucumbers and vegetables. Wow! I guess people who do really well at their job can also spot these small things and make things more considerate for others. You're getting there, man. Of course, sir.
Chef Yamanaka, this is an amazing place.
I guess the manager can frequent this sort of establishment, given his prestigious position.
But I wonder what he means when he says he has something important to tell us.
Well, we're definitely not gonna get in trouble. I'm pretty sure it's good news, Murakami.
I'm glad you think so, Chief. Thank you. Ah, Mr. Yamanaka, Miss Murakami, we've been expecting you. Please follow me to the reserved table.
Wait, what? What are you doing here, Ataru, sir?
Hang on, is that you, Masaru?
Wait, what are you doing wearing a suit? Are you finally trying to start a new job?
No, I'm not, Masaru.
Is that so? I never knew that you could sometimes eat in an exquisite place like this.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't know why, but I always envisioned you gallivanting in smoky downtown bars or small izakaya restaurants.
Now hang on, sir. That was one of the most unpleasant people I've ever seen. Do you know them? Yeah, I do. He's actually my younger sister's fiancé. The hell? Yeah, I really understand that feeling of the hell. That man is Mr. Masaru Yamanaka.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Ataru. This is the guy I've been telling you to about. Masaru Yamanaka.
It's very nice to meet you. I'm Masaru Yamanaka, and I've had the greatest honor of going out with Miss Misaki here. How do you do, gentlemen?
Yes, your face is within the handsome category. And above all else, you're a graduate from T University, I hear.
Oh no, it isn't much of one, I assure you.
I never thought that Misaki would bring home a guy who graduated from T University. She made a great first impression, and I did believe that he was just the right guy for my sister. Dad also seems to have taken a liking to him, and even though it was their first time meeting, their conversation was pretty enthusiastic.
By the way, why did you decide to attend T University, son? Both my parents also graduated from this university, sir.
An entire family of T University graduates?
That's amazing, my boy! You could say that I was pretty much pushed in that direction.
He's so different from me, isn't he? So much better, too.
Oh, hush, Misaki. Every university has its own advantages and disadvantages, right?
Oh, I should know of all people. Even though I graduated from a smaller, less prestigious school, it's still top in Japan for its classes in Western cuisine, after all.
Looks like Miss Misaki turns into a bit of a child in front of her older brother.
Huh? Just what do you mean by that, mister?
Alright then, I'll get along with the cooking for dinner tonight. Maybe we could be a bit less dramatic and order some food to be delivered or something.
You insult me, my son. You of all people should know that my prowess in cooking is quite good, eh? Are you really, sir? I'm looking forward to it very much.
You always say these stupid things. Dad, wait, I'm coming to help you.
Mr. Yamamoto Senior cooks, does he, sir?
Well, we don't have a mother in this house, not anymore. Our father's always done all the housework. They've been nothing but a burden to him for quite some time, actually. Misaki told you about this, hasn't she?
Yes, she has.
You and both your parents graduated from T University. I've never seen anything like that before.
No, it's not too much of a big deal, sir. It's just that was how things were supposed to be is all.
Oh, is that so? Something about his tone annoys me a bit.
In any case, which university did you go to, Mr. Ataru?
I actually never graduated university.
Wait, what? You're kidding me, right?
I'm afraid not. I did manage to attend a good one for a few years, but a lot of things happened to me along the way.
Damn, so you really haven't graduated from a university?
But as I said, before I could explain things in more detail, Masaru heaved a big sigh.
Can high school graduates even really find jobs nowadays? Don't tell me you're unemployed.
I do have a part-time job at a convenience store.
So, let me get this straight. You're approaching 30 years of age and you still only have a part-time job at a convenience store while living under your father's roof?
He sure has the guts to talk crap about me to my own face like that.
By the way, I'm currently the youngest chief manager on record for a department of a large conglomerate.
Well, I'm not surprised considering you graduated from T University.
I suppose that's true, but I sometimes think to myself that the final education one has truly does determine their future.
I don't think that's always the case, though. I mean, there are many high school graduates that are making big differences in modern society.
But that only applies to folks who have unnaturally talented skills, doesn't it?
Well, I don't suppose I am, no.
And we can look no further than the two of us for substantial evidence to prove I'm right. You unfortunately dropped out of a university, rendering you with nothing but a high school graduation diploma. And now you have a part-time job at a convenience store, whereas I graduated from T University with a letter of recommendation from multiple professors.
I didn't have any counter-arguments, and his narcissistic bragging about his education continued on indefinitely until Dad and Misaki were done with dinner. While I do admit his first impression was fantastic, he somehow managed to make his current impression on me absolutely scornful. I honestly didn't understand what Misaki saw in this prick that made her see the man that she wanted to marry. But, as you would expect, when Dad and Misaki brought the food over to the table, his attitude made a complete 180, and he returned to the kind, respectable gentleman that he was in the beginning of this meeting. 6 months after that particular meeting, I heard the news that the two had become engaged. That dinner was scheduled to be in the very next weekend from now, which is when I'm sitting down with Satomura.
Aw, crap! What the heck was that story, sir? If I were you, I would tell my younger sister what that bastard really was.
But consider this, what if it was never my business? Even if I did tell Misaki about his disrespectful attitude, it would still be up to her to go along with the marriage or not.
I mean, I guess, but still.
No, it's from our boss.
Excuse me, miss. You're Murakami, Mr. Yamanaka's subordinates, are you not?
Yes, I am.
How is Mr. Yamanaka at work? I'm sorry, I realize this is pretty sudden, but I'm curious as to how he manages his job.
He stays at work until late at night every day, and during his whole time he does his best for the company. I really respect him, as well as all of my colleagues.
No, that is so... Well, I guess he has to be that way, considering he does shoulder a lot of what the company depends on.
If he wasn't, that would pose a pretty big problem for us all, for real.
So, are you the older brother of Mr. Yamanaka's fiancé?
Yes, I am. Please excuse my rudeness, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Ataru Yamamoto.
Nice to meet you, sir. I do have something to ask you if you don't mind. What's your sister like? Every time I ask Chief Yamanaka himself, he never seems to answer any of my questions to my satisfaction, you see.
I don't understand why Mr. Yamanaka would not want to talk about his fiancée and my sister, but our family is ordinary in most senses. When Misaki and I were still in elementary school, we lost our mother due to an illness. Up until her passing, our father had left all the housework to her as he worked his job. But after she passed, he took up the challenge and learned how to cook, clean, do the laundry, and everything else from ground zero.
Bon appetit! Dad, this is a bit too bitter for me.
I just knew you could tell. I'm sorry, kids. I burned a little bit of the food.
But we can still eat it, Dad. Misaki, you can't say something tastes bad even if it does, right? Bleh, this tastes so bad.
I'm sorry, my dears. Just eat what you can and leave the burnt parts to the side. I'll take care of it when I wash the dishes. If you're still hungry afterwards, we can microwave something frozen and have some better food.
Dad thought that the two of us would be lonely if we came back from school in the afternoon and found nobody home. So for our sake, he quit his day job at the office and instead started working a part-time job that would guarantee his returning home before we did.
We're home!
Welcome back, you two!
Hey, Dad, do we have any snacks?
Someone from work was very kind and gave me something to take home with me for you guys. Wash up before you come to the table, okay?
Okay!
I think Dad did an absolutely incredible job. When I was in my second year of university, all those years of work of part-time during the day and taking care of the house and rest eventually took a toll on him, and he collapsed. Dad? Dad!
Ataru, what should we do?
I'll call the ambulance. You get Dad's wallet and make sure his insurance card's inside. Hurry!
I got it.
According to his medical examinations, he suffered from a huge amount of overworking, and he needed some time to rest and recover. How are you, Dad? How are you feeling?
I feel so much better, my boy. Looks like I'll be able to leave the hospital after another week or so.
Thank goodness. I'm so relieved to know that you're doing a lot better.
But it looks like I can't work just yet, even after I get dehospitalized.
If you even mention a word that suggests you saying that you're going back to work, so help me, I will tie you to the bed yourself. I am not gonna let that happen, so don't worry about a thing, Dad.
That's sweet of you, son, but that's easier said than done. And what about university? How will you manage that and a job?
Yeah, about that. I'm actually thinking of dropping out of school.
But why, my boy?
Maybe I'll find a part-time job or something, whatever. The point being, family comes before anything else right now. You leave our everyday costs as well as Misaki's tuition to me.
Ataru, son.
I actually talked things over with Misaki. Up until now, we've depended on you to take care of us, and it turns out that we would be depending on you too much. And that was ultimately the cause as to why you collapsed that day. We finally opened our eyes to the truth. As brother and sister, we're going to cooperate as much as we can with each other.
Oh, my sweet, sweet children. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And that's pretty much how I voluntarily wound up quitting school and started working in a convenience store near our house.
And what about your sister?
She was still in high school at the time, and I should know how difficult managing your days was when your life was in that kind of situation, but she was amazing. The house looked awesome every day, and the food was delicious, and she never ditched her studies nor her social life. I'm so proud of her, and that's one reason why I wanted her to go to university.
You sent your sister off to university even in that desperate situation? Mr. Yamamoto, sir, you are a god!
Oh, come on, listen to what I said, dude.
You stop right there, Mr. Yamamoto. Not everyone can do what you did. I'm in awe.
Thank you. However, everything changed one day.
There's actually an employee appointment system that allows the store manager of every single store to choose a part-timer to be hired full-time in headquarters. How about it? Would you like to shoot for it?
Me, Mr. Takeda?
Ever since you started working for us, you've been doing so well, and I can't think of anyone more perfect for this opportunity. Honestly, I believe that a person who understands the hardships and difficulties of a convenience store job deserves to work for headquarters.
Thank you so much, sir. Later on, I managed to pass the hiring exam, and I was officially hired as a full-time employee at MoniRobo Mart headquarters.
Wait, by MoniRobo Mart? Don't you mean the same convenience store who's ranked #1 across the country?
But we actually do work in the sales department at MoniRobo Mart headquarters.
Wow, that's amazing, sir. Who'd have thought those stories of some part-timer becoming a full-time employee of the headquarters of a huge conglomerate were real?
I was more surprised than anyone when I learned that I'd passed the exam, Mr. Murakami. But I suppose the people upstairs really do care what they hope to see from an employee.
And what about your father? Is he alright?
He's doing very well, thank you for asking. And now he's so anxious to walk his daughter down the aisle of her wedding day.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Damn, good thing this ended up with a happy ending, huh?
Thanks, man. I feel like I talked about a whole lot of stuff besides Misaki.
Murakami, boss says that he's coming in a few minutes. Hang on, why are you smiling like that?
I finally found out, Chief. I found out everything there is to know about your fiancé. What an amazing family they are. Why didn't you ever tell me about who she is and how her life was?
Well, if only that guy over there wasn't a high school graduate, everything could have been better for them.
Excuse me? What's wrong with being a high school graduate, sir?
Well, you do know my entire family graduated from T University, right? The best university in the country. And I never skipped a year, nor did I have to redo any.
That's just not fair, sir.
Hey, you guys. Sorry it took a while. No worries, sir. Yeah, we managed fine. Thank you for asking. Now down to business. There's one reason and one reason only why I brought you two to this place.
Chief, it looks as if they're talking about something serious over there. I wonder what it's all about.
My best guess is some dirty talk that high school graduates do among themselves. You know, stuff like how they would spend their money if—
Yamanaka, Murakami, so sorry to have kept you waiting.
No worries, sir. Wait, boss? Boss?
Mr. Kato, please forgive me for running so late. Thanks all the same for your cooperation with our own little business. Speak of the devil. How do you do, Mr. Yabe from Sukato Foods Incorporated? It's an honor, sir. Likewise, thank you for your cooperation, sir.
A pleasure, gentlemen. A true pleasure. I feel as though I'm in the presence of some world-renowned actors, if I may be so boldly honest. Excuse me, boss. I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Oh, yes, my apologies. Chief Manager Kato, allow me to introduce Yamanaka and Murakami from Sukato Foods Incorporated. The pleasure's all mine, ladies and gentlemen.
MoniRobo Mart?
Yamanaka, Murakami, these esteemed gentlemen are representatives of your biggest contractor, MoniRobo Mart. This is Chief Manager Kato. This is Yamamoto, and this is Satomura.
Wait, what? You're not a part-timer?
What a stupid question, Mr. Yamanaka. Of course they're not part-timers.
Well, it's not,
I'm getting more clueless by the second. But what I can tell you is to show your respect. Chief Kato, I urge you to really train up your employees to become respectable business people. Of course! Other than that, there's actually been something I've been meaning to tell all of you, and that's that Chief Yabe and I have arranged this dinner meeting. This hasn't been actually delivered to the public just yet, and it will be in due time. Yamamoto and Satomura are going to be transferred elsewhere. Wait, we're going to be transferred, sir? Indeed you are. We've been business partners with Sukato Food Incorporated for a while, and I felt like the news should be delivered alongside some of our esteemed partners.
But we haven't even met Mr. Yamanaka and Miss Murakami before, sir.
Actually, these two are going to be your replacements. It's a rather impeccable timing if you ask me. This has been decided right around the same time as you two transferring.
I see. And where would we be going to be transferred, sir?
You two are going to one of our branches nearby, and you will be entrusted with holding the position of President, Yamamoto.
President? Me, sir? Mr. Yamamoto! You're the bomb, for real!
Congratulations, Mr. Yamamoto.
Thank you so much.
This guy, against all odds, became our youngest president on record. I never thought that one of my own subordinates would surpass me so monumentally.
The youngest president?
So, Mr. Yamanaka, let's hope for our success in the future. Allow me to introduce myself, the president of MoniRobo Mart Yokohama.
Of course, Mr. Yamamoto. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I continue to hope for your cooperation in business, and for you to take care of my darling younger sister. I wish you happiness and prosperity forever.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. President Yamamoto, sir. Ataru, could you explain what's going on here, Yamanaka?
And then I started telling everyone about my relationship with Mr. Yamanaka, who was in fact my younger sister's fiancé. And I also told the same story I told Miss Murakami, about what happened over the years within my family.
The fact that you succeeded in getting promoted to president even against so many adversities. Now this is not something anyone could accomplish every day, you know? Yamanaka, my boy, you are so fortunate to have a man as distinguished and as experienced as President Yamamoto as your brother-in-law. Yeah.
Yamanaka worried about if I was gonna spill the beans about how he treated me like crap the first time we met, and he shot terrified glances at me, perhaps trying to discern if I was going to throw his ass under the bus, and he looked absolutely pathetic. I don't believe he'll ever judge anyone, me especially, based on their educational background again, and I'm satisfied with that truth alone.
Who would have thought that I would see the day that you become the president, Mr. Yamamoto?
Thanks, dude. I was so shocked myself.
Looks like your educational background has nothing to do with how successful you'll become.
I don't think that's entirely true, dude. Having a good education is a great advantage, but what I will say is that the most important thing to have a successful career...
Defeated by the mighty Mr. Yamamoto yet again. That was some pretty deep stuff, sir. But if I may, I'm still very happy because I get to be working for you again.
I believe in you, my guy. Now, how's about as a preemptive celebration for our promotions, we go get another place tonight?